Wanted to say this is called liberals are begging for forgiveness after this.
I was brainwashed.
My bad, Trump. You was onto something.
Bring
there
back
it is.
insane asylums and put these fucking people in it.
These same
there
liberals who spent years calling half the country evil and irredeemable are now begging for forgiveness.
Do you want to know why? Because common sense is on the rise. Here's a cold reality, a cold, bittering reality for you guys. 20 years ago, more women were conservative than they were Democrats. They were. Because now the truth are outpowering the lies. Women will make their political views whatever the common consensus is, because women don't actually care about politics. They just care about being safe. And agreeing with the majority is what keeps them safe. So this is why we're seeing an overturn in how women are treating their political beliefs.
Watch them admit that they fell for the propaganda, the clickbait, and the Democrat narrative that painted the entire right as monsters.
Yep.
If you could give President Trump, or if you were able to talk to President Trump tonight, what would you like him to know?
I would like to say, Mr. President, I am so sorry for believing the lies that the mainstream media has just projected on me and that I fell for and I believed. I stand by you. I love you. I thank you for what you're doing for this country, and I'm so sorry that I just took it for granted and I did not even see it.
There we go.
See it now, and you have one more supporter standing beside you in prayer.
There you go. Yeah, people will have a very cold, bittering reality when they realize that the news has no moral obligation or legal obligation, for that matter, to actually report on the truth, and they have journalistic integrity to tell any story the way they see fit. And they also have a lot of anti-slap laws, which also allows them to get away with literally slandering and defaming whoever the fuck they want.
Democrats' behavior is so disgusting that it's pushing more women to the right.
I am a former liberal who grew up in Portland, Oregon. I have basically spent my whole young adult life.
And this is huge because the more women that come over to the right, aka currently, the side of logic and facts rather than fairy tales and delusion, the more weak men will also be attracted towards the right. And so this could actually unite the United States if more women come over to this side, because right now that's pretty much all there is on the left. Weak men and liberal women on the left. And then, you know, Giga Chad Nazis on the right.
Advocating for liberal ideologies. And what really sealed the deal for me to now vote Republican is just the celebration of Charlie Kirk's death, the justification of it amongst a lot of my friends and peers on social media. It has really made me question a lot of friendships that I have, because I have never defriended somebody because of their political beliefs. Hello.
I want you to find me conservatives celebrating the assassination of any political or public figure ever. By the way, George Floyd wasn't assassinated. He died of a fentanyl overdose. And if you ever find one, I will show you thousands of figures that were assassinated that the left mocked us for being mournful over.
I literally used to be a liberal, and there are still certain things that I'm like, I kind of see their point of view in there. But the just morally, I am starting to realize that I cannot stand by somebody as a friend who is going to justify a public execution. I also just want to say rest.
It was not a public execution, and that's okay. You're coming from the left. You're probably a little bit retarded. It was a public assassination. There is a difference between an execution and an assassination. This was a public assassination. Very different.
In peace.
And his wife and his children saw that. And now you know what they're doing? They're going after his wife, trying to get black men to rape his wife as they attempt to gotcha and show that Erica Kirk never loved her husband. It's disgusting. And the torment that her family is going through and herself every day is ridiculous.
Charlie Kirk, he has influenced me so much, and may God be watching over his family right now.
And she even looks like a liberal Karen. This woman used to call MAGA racist.
Gotta say sorry, Trump, because in your first presidency, when you passed that bill that said that, honey, stop all connections to the Middle East. And everyone was saying, it's racist. And honey, I ain't gonna lie. I was on that bandwagon. I was on that wagon of, this is racist. How can you do this? How can you judge a whole group of people off the actions of a couple of people. Fast forward to 2026. I think you was onto something, Trump.
There it is.
I ain't gonna lie. You were fully onto something. You know what? I apologize. I apologize, Trump. My bad. I did not know.
Dude, a black woman taking accountability, this is fucking rare. Wow.
I did not know. But my bad.
Wow.
I apologize.
Good for her.
Yeah, my bad, Trump. I am not too big to say, my bad. You was onto something. You were not racist. You were seeing what we obviously didn't see. Now we're seeing it. Yeah. So my bad, Trump. I apologize.
And
I'm sorry, watching that shit with those fucking goofy ass glasses is still a hard watch.
now we turn to white liberal woman who thought MAGA was evil and racist.
Dude, I cannot wait for all of the white liberal women to wake up and realize the bullshit they've been hypnotized for years. Like, I want people to literally just think, I understand if people were like accepting of the trans movement for like a year or two during COVID. But if you still support transgenders in 2026, you're just retarded. Dude, you are genuinely just retarded. And the only reason why you're pretending like you accept them is because you believe that you have to.
Becca, I just wanted to apologize to you guys for calling y'all crazy and fighting with you guys and making y'all frustrated because I sounded like a freaking lunatic with severe TDS. I am now cured, and I have learned that y'all aren't the hateful ones. That
This is
you
great.
guys are the exact opposite. And I love you guys.
Even the Zoomer women are leaving the left.
I used to be liberal and am now conservative. And here are things I've learned from being on both sides. Liberals will be some of the most loving, encouraging people you will ever meet.
No, they're not. Okay? They're not accepting and so loving. What they are is, and I'm going to explain this to you, they're the spoiled mother versus the disciplinary father. Okay? Both of these exist in a parental household. Okay? You have the mom that really wants to be the friend and the dad who wants to tell you what's best for you. The mom, the spoiled mom, is not a better parent than the disciplinary dad because the mom tells you everything that you want to hear versus the dad who tells you everything that you need to hear. Just blindly accepting everyone doesn't make you loving. It doesn't make you kind. It makes you a pussy. That's what it does. It's not impressive. Let me give you an example. Are you a good person because you go up to an alcoholic and say, you know what? I accept you for who you are. Have another drink. No, you're a horrible piece of shit. If you go to a fat guy and give him another hamburger, are you a good person? Fuck no. You are an enabling piece of shit. That's the bottom line.
Specifically the LGBTQ community until you disagree with them. And then it becomes incredibly cult-like. Conservatives are incredibly willing to talk to people that they disagree with.
Yep.
A huge thing when I was a liberal was I made all of my problems my whole personality trait
True.
and had such a negative outlook on the world. When I was a liberal, I made all of my issues my whole personality.
True.
Yeah, if you think that women's rights are at stake and that the whole world is going to blow up in 5 minutes, things are going to be pretty depressing. When I was a liberal and all the people around me were liberals.
And that's the reason why the majority or so many liberals are white women. Because white men take care of them, or the only issues they have in their life is ones they've adopted into it themselves. And they're willing to die for these issues because they're bored, because their man is too good and they take too good care of them.
Almost every single person was heavily medicated.
Right there, you had former liberals admit that the Democrats are less tolerant, less inclusive of different ideas. Meanwhile, because all universities and big corporations are entirely liberal, conservatives are naturally forced to be tolerant of the other side. And you got a lot.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting to the point where if a restaurant has a trans flag in it, I just don't go in. I'm not even gonna lie, and I will full publicly say that. If a restaurant is hanging a trans flag, I'm just not going to go in. And that's the same thing for Starbucks, because I used to go to a Starbucks, but the one I went to hung a trans flag, so I just don't go to that Starbucks anymore. Yeah, no, I'm tired of it, bro. I am very tired of corporations pushing their political agendas on their people. I think it's fucking disgusting.
More young people noticing it.
I was a bleeding heart liberal like all of you. I mean, blue hair and everything. I mean, believe me, I have plenty of pictures proving that I was all in. If you would have asked me a year ago, I would have said there is no way in hell I will ever vote for Donald Trump. But let me tell you.
And what really sucks is because so many women are just chameleons, it actually really discredits all of the women who actually have had like a journey where they actually went on self-discovery and what they actually believe in and actually researched why they feel the way they feel. And this sucks because a lot of people, these people will just lie just for attention. But there are a lot of good women out there. And guys, I want to make this very clear. I love women. I do. I fucking love women. If you don't believe me, there's a reason why I've not been in a relationship for less than 3 months since I was age 16. I love women. I love women. Okay, I absolutely do. And a lot of women are good, but my God, are the bad ones loud. The bad ones are so fucking loud.
What changed my mind. The big moment for me was when the left started trying to push this like Nazi, Hitler, fascism narrative that they're trying to push right now.
Yep.
Like what y'all actually did is made a lot of us really go research Trump even harder. And we started to realize that a lot of things that you guys had shown us about Trump and things that he had said were taken way out of context.
Yep.
A lot of us started noticing a pattern where you guys were showing us like little 10-second clips of a 10-minute conversation that did not reflect the entirety of that conversation at all. So that was number one. And then
I also want to remind you of everybody calling Trump a rapist. The woman who accused Trump of rape got him to lose a civil suit off of testimony alone with no proof. And to show you how biased the judge was, guys, and I shit you not, the woman doesn't even remember when the rape was. And she came out, I believe, 20 or 30 years later after she maybe remembers that it maybe happened. And Trump lost a civil suit off of that. So, if that doesn't make you hate the world, I don't know what is. Wasn't she a porn star, sex worker too? I'm actually not sure. Let me double check that. Never been a sex worker. No, she was not. All right, cool. We're back at it. Can you imagine a sex worker accusing a man and winning a civil suit off of testimony alone, even though they engaged every single sexual encounter? Can you imagine that? That would be some bullshit. Especially if they had like a judge that was removed multiple times for being too overly invested in any case involving domestic sexual abuse because they were too pro-woman. Imagine like in a town with 87% success rate on any protective order based off of testimony and testimony alone. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine that? That would be fucking insane.
Then around Thanksgiving, all of a sudden you guys are telling us that it would be better for us to sit at home and spend the holidays with no one than it would be to go home to your family who voted for Trump. When I heard that, I was like, okay, now y'all are wildin' because you cannot tell me that it is better for your mental health to sit at home alone than it is to go and spend time with your friends and family. But honestly, if you want to know the truth, what really did it for me is realizing how freaking depressed I was when I was functioning as a liberal. Liberalism will literally make you hate yourself. It will make you hate your family. It will make you hate your friends. It will make you hate everything about the world. All of this summed up is exactly why you are losing people every single day. As bad as you think that you are making Trump look, all you are doing is making yourself look 10 times worse.
I will say, people often view losing people as a bad thing. I usually see losing people as a good thing. Because if you speaking your mind and you quoting statistics is enough, and for you giving examples of things that have happened in reality are enough to lose a friendship, that wasn't a friendship, that was a liability, and you are better off without them. And I would rather lose everything and rebuild rather than hold on to retards who are making my life worse because they get too offended whenever I tell them the truth and speak my mind. I'm good. I don't need people like that. I would rather be alone in reality than together in someone else's delusion. I'm good. I don't need that shit.
It's a common theme from two women in a row that being a liberal made them depressed and made them hate life. And you got more people switching to the other side.
Fun fact, in 2026, we are the most depressed and the most suicidal we have ever been in history. And the reason why that is because so many people have suicidal empathy for criminals and have more love for criminals than they have love for their own families. And I think it is embarrassing. I think it is fucking embarrassing.
All right, y'all. I'm officially coming out as a Republican.
There you go.
The left has truly swayed me over to the right.
Yep.
The left mob is absolutely losing its mind. And I used to be on the left. I used to be gung-ho LGBT. I was an activist for the LGBT people. But at this point, I don't want to be associated with the LGBT either, despite even being gay, because I can't stand.
Everything past the B should be cut off. I firmly believe that.
Y'all anymore. At this point, I'm coming out. I'm voting Republican.
What gays do behind closed doors, I don't fucking care. However, that being said, I don't believe gay couples should be allowed to adopt kids.
Down the line. I'm done. And I don't know. Next thing Trump should do is bring back insane asylums and put these fucking people in it.
Yeah.
Thank you and good.
You have more liberals here apologizing to MAGA.
America, I'm so sorry. I apologize. I take full responsibility. I am partly responsible for what's happening in America, for what's happening in Dearborn, Michigan, for what's happening in New York City. We left Iran. We left Islamic Republic for exactly this reason. Because radical terrorist Muslims took over the country and are literally killing, raping, torturing, and executing innocent people right now as we speak for the past 47 years. And I thought by voting Democrat, liberals, every single year, every single time there was an election, that meant we are going to make America, keep America great. We're going to definitely not negotiate with terrorism. That's exactly what the left media made me believe. And I'm here to say I apologize. I was brainwashed this whole time. It took me over 20 years to realize that Democrats and liberals are the reason this country is the way it is.
True.
They are the ones that are okay with the American flag being burned in New York City.
True.
That the American flag is okay to be burned. It's part of democracy. It's the most anti-American thing to do. And wishing death upon America is the most anti-American thing you can do.
Yeah, imagine Hassan Piker saying America deserved 9/11, one of the greatest tragedies we've ever experienced in this country. Imagine that.
It has nothing to do with democracy. And I'm here to announce, apologize, and let my husband know that he was right. He was right.
Good. Good for her.
Let my husband know that he was right. I don't know why it's so hard to say this. I am here to announce that my husband was right. It's very painful.
Okay.
I'm here to announce that my husband was right. Oh, that took everything I had. That he was right
Good bit of humor.
about everything, that Republicans are the ones that are gonna help make America great again. I also believed that make America great again meant make America white again. That's because the left media wanted me to believe that. I am here to announce I'm sorry.
Would that really be so bad? But like for real though, like would that be so bad? Like I want to make this very clear, right? When have you ever heard, man, my neighborhood was great, then all these whites moved in and ruined it? Have you ever heard that? No. Oh man, if I ever get rich, I want to move to an all-white neighborhood. Have you heard that? Yes. You've heard that many times. You want to know why? Because white people are fucking great. They are. They are. Now, there's always exceptions to the rule, but majorly white people, statistically, very good people. Love the whites. Great people. Love it.
And I will be part of the group that will make America great again. And I will proudly vote Republican from now on.
There you go.
God bless. And again, I apologize for everything I've done.
Not only are these people apologizing for voting for Democrat policies,
There you
but
go.
also apologizing for the personality of liberals and how they treat people.
Every person on the right would say you're a stereotypical lib with that hair, though.
I mean,
you know
true.
who shows me the most kindness is the right.
Yep.
Ooh.
The right does. Can you believe that? The right is the most open-minded and tolerant of the people on political sides that I've ever met.
Can I tell you why the right is more open-minded than the left? The reason why that is, the right is always down to have open conversations about their beliefs because they know they're backed in reality and statistically backed. Whereas the left are very vicious because they do emotional plays to force their beliefs on you because they don't have any proof to show, so they bully you by crying, screaming, and yelling. And that's the God's honest truth. And that's why conservatives are a lot more down to talk about everything because they know what they're saying is rooted in reality and not someone's imagination.
The right
And that's why I say that so many times.
welcomed me with open arms. The
Any
right
truers?
tells me awesome, nice things all the time, despite having a pink mullet,
Yep.
face tattoos, and piercings.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Tattoos on women, especially near their face, just look fucking terrible. Also, yeah, this woman needs to grow her fucking hair out and get her natural haircut. Like, she looks fucking retarded.
How about that? And the left has been nothing but unkind to me.
Yep.
They're not loving and tolerant. No, they're not. Imagine that. And Emily, I don't know where you stand politically. I don't know. I don't care. That's not my business. But I hear things like this every single day. And every single day, the right proves this comment wrong. So, much love to everybody. I appreciate y'all.
I think the right.
For real, though, you do look dumb as shit. And I'm telling you that because I care. Like, you look retarded. And you should get that shit fixed, like 100% on everything.
Right gives her more compliments than the left because the left is not allowed to compliment any woman or else it's considered harassment.
I'll be the first to admit that I was a
not harassment, it's considered rape.
Trump hater. I did not like Trump at all. I thought that he was the most racist human being on this earth. I didn't understand why people praised him as a president or wanted him to be elected in the first place. It's embarrassing to say that the media did get to me, that I believed all those lies they sold, not only them, but a bunch of influencers. Like I said, so embarrassing. The main thing I was always told was, oh, you're Mexican. Trump is racist towards Mexicans. Because
no, Trump is racist towards illegal immigrants coming from Mexico. Wanting to secure our borders isn't racist. It's basic survival instincts. And our president needs that to survive.
Somebody would show me a 2-second clip from an interview that was maybe an hour long.
Yep.
Dig a little bit deeper. There's always going to be minor things that we don't agree with, but this man loves this country. There's absolutely no denying that.
It seems like all these Zoomers and young people.
Big-based, giga-based, and it's nice that we're finally coming back to reality.